Good afternoon guys, and welcome back to the channel and a long overdue update from me about my cars. As you can see, I'm currently looking at Silvia. Now anybody who missed my little video shorts back in December will be looking at this and thinking, oh no, what the hell has happened to Silvia? Well, long story short, icy road. She was parked on the road at the bottom of the drive. Idiot came flying round early hours of the morning, going far too fast for the conditions, skidded on the ice, and bang. He then decided to reverse and drive off, leaving no details. A few days later, somebody else going the opposite direction did the same thing, smashed into the front of my Astra twin top and did all the front end of the Astra. Luckily, I managed to repair that pretty quickly and it was sorted within a couple of weeks. It was actually drivable within about 2 or 3 days with tyre wraps holding the front end on because I've got a spare front bumper. But poor old Silv, unfortunately, not so much. Now my Mark 1 cav was parked between both of them and that got hit both times as well because Silvia got pushed forward into the Mark 1 and then when the Astra got hit, the Astra got pushed back into the Mark 1. So the poor old Mark 1 got hit front and back, but luckily the damage is barely noticeable and I've managed to virtually repair it, so all's good with that. Little update on Owen, I'm still doing the MOT prep. Now, one thing you might notice, the keen-eyed viewers, is that Owen is parked where Trevor, my Frontera, was previously. Well, in the meantime, like I say, I've not done an update for such a long time. Trevor has been sold, has gone to a new owner, gone down south. Within a very short time of him buying buying Trevor, unfortunately he's had some problems with him, some issues, which I have to be honest, I never had those issues in all the 8 years that I owned him, but he was sat off the road for 5 years. It was the first MOT, well no, he'd had an MOT the year before, but he'd not done any miles since MOT, so he bought him, drove him hundreds and hundreds of miles expecting him to be trouble free, and unfortunately he wasn't. So I do feel bad, but he did buy a car that's 25-year-old that's been off the road for 5 years expecting it to drive like a brand new car, and unfortunately it didn't. But yeah, not so good. But Trevor's gone, which means that now Owen is on the drive with Silv. My Mark 1 is still on the road, unfortunately. I'll just spin you around. There is my cav convertible and spare bumper for the Astra. These are the headlights I had to remove off the Astra when the Astra got smashed in the front end. As you can see, they got a little bit wrecked. That one's not too bad, so I had to get a pair of new headlights. I had to fit my new front bumper, which I'd already got. I'll just quickly show you the old front bumper actually, down here next to the Manta. That's the old front bumper, which was completely smashed and wrecked. I'll do another update on the Astra at a later point because I've actually got the roof working on the Astra as well. But honestly, I've got so much to update you on, and I'm so sorry I've not done any decent videos other than a couple of shorts for months and months and months. So this is the first update I've done in ages. But yeah, I've just assessing the rear end damage to poor old Silv, and as you can see it's not great, but it doesn't look as bad now it's all stripped off. The backlights are smashed to smithereens, all the internals are smashed. The rear panels up here, and that all got broke and all smashed, and I'm just trying to work out whether I'm actually going to have to fit the new rear panel that I've got. So I've actually got this full replacement rear panel which I've had for many years. I bought this, I don't know, maybe 20 odd years ago I bought this when I had my old SRI. So I don't know whether I'm going to have to use it or not. But as you can see from the side just how badly caved in it is. You know, that's supposed to be straight across. In fact, it's supposed to come out slightly, but it's very badly caved in. Just to show you the damage on the Mark 1, yeah, the reg plate got all bent and buckled because the bumper of Silvia went smack straight into that. The reg plate got bent underneath, and Silvia's bumper was actually stuck on that. You can see there's a crack in the bumper, the Manta front bumper, so I'll obviously have to take that off and fiberglass repair it at some point. But other than that, there's no actual any other damage on the front end. because I'll obviously have to take the bumper off and fiberglass it, repair it. Going round to the back of the car, this is when the Astra, which is here, went bang into the back. You can see the back panel is pushed in ever so slightly. There's a dint there in the boot lid. I did actually manage to get most of the rear panel pushed out. It still needs a bit doing. You can see there's some filler from previous restoration work to the car, and the bumper got smashed on the edge. As you can see how it got pushed in, it got smashed and damaged. Still got a fair bit of repair work to do, but as I say, compared to Silvia, it's nothing really. The Astra, well, the back bumper is still the old back bumper. The paint all cracked. I've just touched it in for now just to hide the fact that it's all cracked and knackered. But I haven't got that replacement back bumper to go on the Astra. But it's on the road as my daily driver. So, Owen, Silv. So yeah, getting back to Silv. Yeah, I think what I'm going to try is, I've got all these spot welds all along here in 2 layers, and that's where the back panel attaches to the boot floor. And what I'm thinking of doing is drilling out all those spot welds, because I'm going to have to do it if I replace the rear panel anyway. And once they're all popped out, it might take all the pressure and all the stress out of the metal that's currently pressed in, and I might actually be able to pull the back panel out to where it should be, and then separately manipulate the floor and maybe save it. I'm not sure. The inner panel is a lot thinner. Obviously it's got all the big holes in it and everything. It might be easier to manipulate the shape of that. And once the back panel is separated from the floor, maybe the boot floor will be quite easy to manipulate back into shape. I don't know, I'm not sure which way around to do it, because obviously I can't just replace the rear panel, I've got to repair the floor as well. I'll just show you the other damage as well while we're at it, because unfortunately the boot lid got bent. So my nice old original boot lid, you can see it from this side angle, how it bends down from about there, and it's dinted in the middle as well. You can see the angle of the dint there, and again from the other side, look how it's bent. It's not sitting down as far as it should because I've just shut it with the rubber in the way, but such a shame. You know, original boot lid has survived going on 40 years in immaculate mint condition, and then this twat, pardon my French, smashes into the back of me because he was driving like a complete dickhead on the ice, and he does this to her. And the ironic thing is, people who are familiar with the channel might remember a video I did a while back which was about the dangers of driving a retro car as a daily driver, and I posted, and it had a thumbnail of a Nova with all the back end caved in. How ironic, how absolutely bloody ironic is that? So anyway guys, thanks a lot for watching. Do stay tuned, do please subscribe, a lot more videos are on the way.